thank you very much for the introduction. As I said, I'm going to talk about smart shipping in the maritime industry. I'm Rudi Eyken, Head of IT and Innovation in the company Euronav. And we're glad to show what we're standing for, what our vision is. Let's move on. First of all, ocean is our environment. So if we talk about innovation, we talk about our ocean, we talk about our vessels, we talk about our assets. Yeah, we have 74 crude oil carriers of different sizes, 29 Suezmax, 41 very large crude carriers called VLCCs, 2 FSOs, floating storage, and 2 even bigger vessels, we call them 2 V+. Now, just to give you an example, our vessels cannot enter the port of Antwerp, sorry for that, but they are, what we always say, 3 football fields big. That's 330 meters. I wouldn't expect it, but it is that size. So it's very, very large, right? Our vision and strategic goal is to go for sustainable future, yeah, in everything that we do. And we want to align with that from our innovation perspective. An environmental sustainability, viable, profitable future with maximum efficiency. We have a roadmap on sustainability, and this is also what we follow from an innovation perspective. We focus on the 2030 goal, the IMO goal. Yeah, that's the IMO goal that we want to do, 40% lower CO2 intensity at fleet level versus 2008. And even if we move further to 2050, cleaner energy used. So on the first part, we're going to focus on fuel oil optimization. Yeah, and the second part, around the second part, we're going for cleaner energy, smarter vessels, cleaner vessels. Yeah, that's what we are aiming for. With a very ambitious goal of 2050 to have a net zero CO2 emissions. It's very ambitious. Let's go for it. Coming back to the first part. First part is reducing fuel oil consumption. Now, one vessel, if we can reduce the saving of 1 metric ton per day per vessel, that means 3.2 metric ton CO2. Yeah? If we multiply that by our 74 vessels, on a 365 days per year, we have a saving of 86,000 metric tons CO2. Just by focusing, looking at figures, looking at what we produce, how much we consume, what we can do, yeah, and that's what our innovation is looking at. If you compare that, by a production of 35 windmills, yeah, if you bring that away from the natural gas plants, the yearly emission of 400 trucks, if you take them from the road, is that easy? I don't think so, yeah. Or even plant 4.3 million trees, just to give you an idea, just by removing 1 metric ton per vessel per day in our consumption. Yeah? So the importance of fuel efficiency and fleet performance is key. Yeah? Our vessels need to be modern, need to be high performing, and need to be as efficient as possible. And how are we going to do that? We're going to do that by real-time sensor data. Real-time sensor data and a better connectivity to improve collaboration between vessel and shore. Many people, many maritime business companies bring their data to the shore and they do data analytics. We say, sorry, we're going to work differently. We share it on board of our vessels, we look at it at shore, we compare the figures, we share the data, we share the reports, and that's how we make this strong. Yeah? And we come to actions that can improve the fuel optimization on board. So numbers tell the tale. We're capturing sensor data. 400 sensor values we take constantly from the vessels per second. Yeah? And we store them in the cloud. And we've seen already the advantage of doing that. Because we have automatic pilots on board, and we need that 1 second data in order to see what an autopilot is doing with the rudder constantly. And if we can optimize the configuration of an automatic pilot, we already gain a lot. Yeah? Secondly, connection, both in the cloud and between people. We need very good and stable connectivity from the vessel to the shore and from the shore to the vessel. Also from the shore to the vessel, because we need suppliers that can constantly monitor the performance on board of these vessels. Out of that data, we gather big data, much data on which we can build applications, algorithms, insights, that will strengthen the insights that we get, therefore become data-driven decision makers. Digitizing vessels for data-driven decision making, we call them smart vessels. First, open collaboration, as I said, is key. Open collaboration with the captains on board, with the shore people in the office, but also with people outside, people that can help us giving more insights to our vessels. Therefore, an open collaboration platform is for us key. These are some screenshots about our platform. This is the FAST platform, the Fleet Automatic Statistics and Tracking. You can see all the vessels around the globe, the Euronav vessels. The green ones are connected, the white ones are not yet connected, but will be connected by the end of the year. So we have 35 connected now of the 53, and we will then further move on to other vessels. Weather, live route, and weather information. So we can steer our captains as well, not through storms, but around storms. In combination, we chat about it, what the optimal passage will be to reach their destination. We monitor speed over ground, the main engine performance, the auxiliary performance, just to see, and also the boilers, to see how are they consuming, what is consuming what. And we can see that real time about all the vessels that are connected. We look at the cargo on board, because that cargo from our customers, temperature, condition of the cargo. We monitor that constantly with the captains and at shore and take appropriate actions when needed. Also on bunkering, we monitor the bunker fuel constantly from the vessels, because we need to know what is remaining on board, where do we need to go to which port, what is the price of the fuel at that port, can we still reach the next port, what shall we do, and therefore make or reduce costs. As I said, open collaboration platform with new insights, spots. This is the technical dashboard on which we are looking over time. We can look over time on data. What is the performance of this vessel? Now, you can talk about the big data platform. You have no big data platform if you don't have one source of truth. So if you don't have a system that is constantly monitoring the data quality that you have in your big data, you cannot take data decisions on that. And that's why we have applications and people monitoring constantly the data quality on board. Finally, we also have a lot of KPI dashboards that we built based on that data, on the performance of our vessels, to see how we can reduce fuel, but also reduce CO2 emission, constantly. How do they change over years, after dry docks, towards the next dry dock? What actions need to be taken to reduce fuel consumption and CO2 emission? So we're constantly looking at our entire fleet and take appropriate actions. So finally, we call it then a smart, sustainable shipping, maximizing efficiency through innovation with a positive impact on society, climate, and planet.